Property values. Ever wonder what your home is worth? Whether you're thinking about refinancing, selling, or even just holding on to your property, it's a really powerful piece of information that you need to know. But how do you figure that out? Multiple surveys show that over 90% of homeowners check the value of their home using online tools prior to making a move. Now, that's not the most accurate way of doing that, so we're going to walk you through different ways of determining the value of your home today. So in this video, we're going to go over 3 ways to determine the value of your home. Method number 1 would be a quick online estimate. Method number 2 would be hiring a professional appraiser. Or method number 3 would be contacting your local real estate agent to help you determine the value. So let's dive right in. Method number 1, checking the value online. Now there's so many resources, so many different websites where you can go to and type in your address and it will spit out what the quote value or value range will be. Now this uses an algorithm that takes your property and it compares the statistics of it to other properties like beds, baths, square footage, lot size, things like that. So the pros of this method is it's free, it's instant, and it'll give you kind of a ballpark range of what your home is worth. So the cons to this is that the algorithm can't and doesn't have the ability to use all the information. For example, it doesn't know what your location is like. Are you on a busy street? Are you on a busy corner? Are you on a stop sign? Do you have a view? What is the condition of your home like? A lot of those other things that the algorithm can't just do. That's why it's such a big ballpark figure. Another thing to think about is if you decide to move and you hire a real estate agent and you put your house on the market, if your estimate on these websites is, let's just say $1 million for easy conversation. If you list your home for 1.5, that algorithm immediately goes to what you're listed at or right around there. So these tools rely heavily on real estate agents to help them determine the value of your home. So use this as a starting point to check the value of your home, but it's never the final word. So the next method would be a professional appraiser going out to your property and giving a far more in-depth analysis of the value of your home. So when you hire an appraiser, they're going to physically come out to your home and inspect the condition of your home, what kind of upgrades you've done, the location of it, your curb appeal. Is there noise from a road? Do you have a view? Things like that. They're going to do an in-depth analysis of the condition of your home. After they do that, they will go review recent sales around your house, usually about a half a mile to a mile radius, and not going back in time farther than 6 months of sales. And after they've done all of this, they will determine the value of their home based on their opinion from a comparable sales analysis point of view. You will get a written appraisal that will show all of this information, the comparable sales they've used, including the value that they put on your home. So the last method is to reach out to your local real estate agent. So call your local real estate agent and have them come out to your house. When they come out there, they're going to be reviewing all of the things that the appraiser already did as well. So the condition of your home, location of your home, beds, baths, square footage, all of that. And there's no cost to this. So just like an appraiser, a real estate agent will look back in time at the recent sales that are comparable to your home. But in addition to that, with a local real estate agent, they're boots on the ground, they know what's happening today, and they have a better way of predicting where the market is headed than an appraiser will. An appraiser will only factor in sales that have already happened. A real estate agent will do that as well, but they are also working every day in the neighborhood, boots on the ground, showing property, negotiating contracts of real-time situations. So a real estate agent will be able to help predict the value of your home today and which direction it's going. The real estate agent will also be the best resource to tell you what buyers are looking for within that particular neighborhood. They're also going to be able to tell you what finishes are in right now, what's going to raise the value of your home or be more important to the buyers that are looking within that neighborhood. And the local real estate agent will be able to factor in things an appraiser may not know about. For example, is there a park nearby that's going to be remodeled soon? Do you have power lines that are scheduled to come down? Are the roads going to be redone very soon? What are the schools like? Did you get a new principal? Are they going to be improved? Things like that that an appraiser won't be able to tell you or even know, but will help improve the value of your home. So an appraiser can only factor in permitted things on your house. Now, we would encourage you to permit everything, but that's not always the case. And there could still be some value add there. For example, we've seen people that have had large sheds in their backyard that they've converted, put drywall in and made it into a gym. Now, that's not a permitted room that can be factored into the value of your house in an appraiser's eyes, but it's definitely a value add in the buyer's eyes. So for a quick recap, these are 3 ways to help determine the value of your home. Obviously, you can tell the differences between them and the level of analysis and the in-depth it goes. So my recommendation, if you're trying to figure out the value of your home, start out with the online estimates. They can be fun and they can at least give you a ballpark figure. If you would like to order a professional appraiser to come out to your property and you don't have one and you'd like a recommendation, please feel free to reach out. We have plenty of those as well. And if you would like my help to help determine the value of your home, please reach out. I'd be happy to swing by and we can discuss that. And one quick tip, I see a lot of homeowners make this mistake, so I want to cover it real quick. Price per square foot. Now, this could be a great tool to help determine the value of your home, but it's not the only one. For example, if you're in a neighborhood that typically has a house, let's just say 1,000 square feet, that's the typical for the neighborhood. The neighborhood's going to have an average price per square foot. If you have a home that's 2,000 square feet, you cannot factor in that price per square foot because it will value your property way too high. So I'm not saying not to factor that in, but it's not the only thing to factor in. Any questions? You know how to reach me. See you next time.